Tonight's special segment, Capturing the Wind. Illinois is in the midst of a wind power boom. More and more school districts are looking at wind turbines as a way to generate electricity and save money. ABC 7's Paul Meinke takes us to a pioneering school district where capturing the wind is paying big dividends.
Oh, how the wind does blow across the farmland out west near Manlius, Illinois. Population 350. Farmer and school board member Keith Boland got to thinking, why don't we put the wind to work? The cost of electricity in the new Bureau Valley High School keeps climbing faster than forecast. Let's look at a wind turbine.
We're not rich by any means. We're a rural district. And so we knew that we were going to have some help.
So they got a grant, took out a loan, and became the first school district in Illinois to put up a wind turbine right out in back of the high school, which now gets all of its electricity from this machine.
And we're running at 660 kilowatts right now. We're running at capacity.
The turbine generates more electricity than the high school needs, so the extra is sold onto the grid. That adds up to about $30,000 a year in new income for Bureau Valley.
That buys a lot of books, and that's a teacher, and that's things that you don't have to cut from your curriculum.
That is wealth that Grandma and Grandpa, who live down the road, don't have to pay to support their school system. That's true new wealth.
The message from Manlius spread west to Erie, Illinois School District number 1, where they got a big grant and bought an even bigger turbine. Its pieces look like stages of a giant rocket ship sitting out in back of the middle school. The 2-ton blades are as long as wings on a 747. It's not up yet because of an air rights dispute with a neighboring farmer. But when it is, the superintendent says it'll bring a large measure of financial stability and independence to a small school district.
Ours is the only one that we've found in the United States that one turbine runs an entire district of multiple buildings.
We're going to make...
Enter the Keeneyville School District in west suburban Hanover Park, the first of a growing number of suburban school districts working toward a wind turbine.
I'm 100% confident that this will happen.
Unlike the rural districts, there are Hanover Park homes within eyesight of where the turbine would go, and not everyone likes the way they look. Aesthetics is not the only obstacle. Not every location has the sustained winds necessary to justify a turbine, and Hanover Park will spend roughly a year charting winds to make its case. Buying a wind turbine like one of these is a lot more expensive today than it was just 3 years ago. And for a school district, it may take a dozen years before there's a return on investment. And the companies that build these machines prefer to sell a lot of them at once, not onesies and twosies, to school districts. Still, here's the big picture. This is the 4-year-old Mendota Hills Wind Farm in Lee County. It's among 6 privately held wind farms in the state, and more are planned.
Illinois is in the middle of a wind power boom. There's more wind power in development in Illinois right now than in any state of the country.
That's because we have wind, a power grid easily reached, a big market, and now a new law that says by the year 2025, 25% of the electricity Illinois needs must come from renewable sources. Most of that would be wind power. And out in Bureau Valley, they're ahead of the curve, smiling because the turbine will ultimately mean $150,000 in new yearly income for the school district.
So when you pay off the note, what are you going to do with all this money?
Well, I've never seen a government body have a struggle how to spend it. I've never met one yet.
Well, don't let that line fool you. Keith Boland is a taxpayer with a brain for economics who can see the turbine from his farm, and if it's not spinning, he's the first to call and ask what's going on. He would also agree that turbines aren't going to pop up outside every schoolhouse because there isn't the wind, the money, nor the welcome. But for some districts, the turbines will mean money, energy independence, and a solid school lesson in environmental stewardship. Real hands-on stuff.
So interesting, Paul. Thanks.